welcome back.
Fromania!
I didn't even get it out, and he got it out before me. Welcome back to Fromania.
Woo!
And the world's not so fanciest Lego recording studio. It's truly not the fanciest, but we're making much of what we've got. Welcome back to Fromania. Guys, before we get started on today's video, I've got an important question for you.
He needs to know.
No, we have a lot of minifig on the table today. Not quite as much as like a Star Wars collection, but we have several minifig on the table today.
Thanks.
And I've heard that they're about to throw a party. Do you know what kind of party they're about to throw?
My birthday party.
Not your birthday party.
Hold on.
A block party. They're about to throw a block party. Get it? Get it? Blocks.
No, I don't get it. It's not blocked, it's bricks.
If you've seen some of our reels, you saw that we were at Brick Universe recently. But at Brick Universe, what fun is it to pay to go somewhere if you're not paying to go somewhere to pay for stuff?
Yeah. Serious.
And we picked up a lot of stuff at Brick Universe. And I know you're looking at this right now going, where? Where's the magnifying glass? I don't see anything. There's not a lot of big stuff, but goodness, we spent a lot of money on the little stuff. Elephant in the room first. This did not come from Brick Universe. If you saw the video we put out recently about the vintage set we bought off of Facebook Marketplace, you'll remember we were missing 2 pieces. This weekend, those 2 pieces are home.
Woo!
We retrieved, recovered, aka purchased them. Finding 1x16 bricks in a brick shop is not the easiest thing to do. But we went to
Music City Bricks.
Music City Bricks, and they had an assortment of 1x16 bricks, and they had 2 left in yellow, which happened to be the very 2 that we needed to complete our vintage Shell gas station.
I'm sure they had more than 2.
Actually, no, they only had 2. They came out, said, these are the last 2 bricks we have. Do you want them?
You know what? They probably took them from this exact set.
Wouldn't that be funny if they did take it from this set?
Woo!
But what we're really going to get into is what we picked up at Brick Universe, which might be small in statue. Statute? Statue or statute?
I think neither.
It is neither. Small in stature.
Yes, thank you.
But big in value.
Yeah.
Let's start with Micah. Micah, you have 4 different items in front of you that you were able to snag at Brick Universe. Tell us what you've got.
Okay, well, I got a little printed tile from an old Star Wars set.
Do you know what set this was from? This
I think
tile.
it was like one of the old A-Wings or X-Wings, but I'm not sure.
It's super cool. The Rebel symbols on it, printed.
Yep. I got a dark red antenna that my my ARC Trooper has been missing that I needed.
This has got to be the smallest purchase ever made at a brick fair. I mean, this one little component to buy that, what was it, 25 cents, 50 cents? $1?
Okay.
Had I shipped it on Bricklink, it would have cost me $5.
You're not wrong. Cool find. Glad you were able to get it in person.
Birds Aren't Real tile was a very neat find.
This is absolutely my favorite thing that they had at Brick Universe for sale.
Birds aren't real! Birds aren't real!
The Birds Aren't Real tile. So much to that. So cool. CIA, lies, wake up. Birds aren't real. I love that someone was selling printed tiles of that. So those 3 not big, smaller purchases. What's standing behind it is the main attraction of Micah's purchases.
This is actually my second Angry Jango Fett figure. For those of you who keep up to date on your Star Wars variants, this is the rare, harder to get Jango Fett variant that goes like 200, I think it is. And we'll just say I didn't ever plan on buying a second one of him, but we'll just say the price for it was something that I could never have lived with myself if I didn't buy a second one of him.
Yeah, it was a great buy for Angry Boba Fett.
Jango Fett.
Sorry, I'm not a Trekkie. I don't understand these things.
You know what? You're not wrong about not being a Trek.
It was at a price he couldn't pass up. He had 2 recent eBay sales that would pay for him. What's really cool is having 2 Angry Jango Fett's, he was able to build a mock of Jango Fett looking into a mirror, where literally there's a glass in the center and it mirrors itself on both sides. So whatever side you look at, it looks like you're looking in a mirror. And it's super cool. I don't want to show it to you now because honestly it deserves its own video. So we'll do a video on that soon. Come next door to me. I only came out of this with 3 things. Of course, I couldn't pass up my own Birds Aren't Real tile. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Maybe I'm going to hang it up at the gas station as propaganda here. So when you pull in your Ferrari, you look at the sign, you see a bird hanging out up here, you're like, wait a minute, what's going on? What? My second find was Mr. Burns. I really wanted a Mr. Burns. I had a max that I was willing to pay for Mr. Burns this year. When I went to the first store that had minifigs, the first display, the first shop, the first vendor, I don't know. When I went to the first place, they had just sold a Mr. Burns during the morning session, and I could see where he was sitting and the price that he was, and it was above what I was willing to pay. So I was kind of like, well, that's a bummer. I didn't get Mr. Burns, but I wasn't willing to pay that much. Went to the next vendor. They had a Mr. Burns, which was a little more than what I wanted to pay, but it was less than what it was marked at the other store.
And me and you had a long discussion before the event about how I knew you were going to go above your little max price you set, and you're like, no, I'm firm on this. And I'm like, I know you, and I know you're not going to stick with that. And he's like, no, I am.
So he was at a price that was lower than what the other vendor was selling it. So I picked up Mr. Burns. The last thing is a super cool mini mock that we saw that our local Bricks and Minifig was selling. And it's a little nativity. And when I saw it, and I saw the creative use of how they made the donkey and the sheep and the wise men, I could not pass this up. Our faith is very important to us in life.
Yes.
What it represents, how we live it out, and seeing this little nativity was an amazing way to tie our faith back into Lego and just be a display that will probably be out all year. This probably won't be just a Christmas thing for me. It will probably be out all the time, and it is one of my favorite things next to the Birds Aren't Real. Is that kind of weird? Government propaganda, Birds Aren't Real, and faith, and those are my 2 favorite things. But I absolutely love this little nativity. So those were my 3 snags, the Birds Aren't Real, Mr. Burns, and my little micro nativity. Caleb, back over to you. Let's start with the smaller and work your way up to your 3 figs here as well.
Yeah. So some of my favorite printed tiles. I got so many printed tiles. I love like adding little details to my city.
Yeah, so you got a lot of printed tiles.
Yeah.
That was the main thing. And what's wild is that you feel like you didn't get a lot, but these printed tiles aren't cheap.
No.
So let's run through the tiles that you got, the bigger tiles.
So one of my favorites is the missing cat. You have like little tear strips on the bottom. Just a great thing to have around the city. Yeah. Of course, we all had to get a Birds Aren't Real tile, so I definitely got one of those. I got a Cafe Corner printed
Wait, you
tile.
bought the Cafe Corner?
What?
That was marked at like $2,500.
$3,000, right?
$3,000. Oh,
I got a steal on this one for $1.
$1 for the Cafe Corner. That is
Such
a total steal.
Definitely if you're building a city, you're gonna need road names. So I have Mock Way and Brick Boulevard.
Super cool, the Mock Way, Brick Boulevard. And we think that those are gonna go on the streets by your mock as your city develops.
Yes, they will.
What's tough is that we don't really have anywhere to build a permanent city. So if anyone has a bigger house they're willing to give us, we'll take it to build a Lego city within it.
I got this wheelbarrow. It's just cool. It came with the Simpsons house, actually.
Well,
it is property of Ned Flanders.
There's no wheel.
Well, you see, I was hoping that we had one at home, but I realize now that I don't.
Oh, no.
Well, it looks like someone's going to lose a tire on their bike.
Oh, man.
I got 2 waffles and a cookie. They're pretty cool little tiles. I think they're real Lego.
This little stud with a printed cookie.
They're real.
Was $1.
They're real. Of course, if you're going to have a city, you've got to have construction workers, and you don't want people messing with them. So we got the minifigs at work sign and the danger keep out sign.
The minifigs at work is super cool. I spend a lot of time during my daytime hours at construction sites, and the orange on this I've not seen utilized in this way, and that's a super cool sign.
I'm gonna pick up the pieces and build a Lego house. You're not getting any more. You're not getting any more.
That was so good.
Thank you.
The House of Brick, Lego House of Brick tile.
Hey, anyone? You see my missing goat? Yeah, I don't know if like they lost the mold or anything, but we've got a missing goat.
Missing goat tile. This was another tile that made us smile so much, and it was the same vendor that was selling the Birds Aren't Real poster.
Of course, you've got to buy things with real tender, and we had to get a $20 Lego bill.
Checklist to check off the things that you bought with your real tender.
We have a few little juice cartons. They're pretty cool. They're nice to use like in grocery stores, so you don't have to take stuff off the shelves. I got a little sunscreen bottle, which is pretty fun. I've actually never seen these before.
Yeah, the sunscreen bottle print is really cool. If you have guys that are at the Loop Coaster, they can put on their 50 weight. Is it weight? 50 proof?
Zinc?
50 SPF.
SPF.
50 SPF sunscreen.
I got this tiny little Lego set piece. It's kind of like the other ones that we showed.
It's like a Speed Champion Lego box. And then you got a couple of control modules here as well. Now tell me about the 3 figs you got real quick.
Okay, so I got a very, very good trade-in value at a place for this clone right here. He's one that going into the Brick Universe, I was like, this is one clone that I hope I don't walk out not having it.
Who is he? Do you know?
So he's just a standard Phase 2 clone.
Okay. So who did you trade in for him?
So I traded in some random blue Marvel guy. I have no idea who he was.
And then this tan guy here.
So I kind of tried to, I was a little bit of a Pawn Stars.
So the thing about Caleb is Caleb doesn't pay retail price for anything. He will haggle and haggle and haggle. I walk up and I'm like, this price for this fig? Sure, take my money. Caleb walks up, he's like, nope, here's what I'm willing to pay. And if they don't take it, he walks away. So he did haggle on this one, met in the middle on the price, and went home with it.
Another figure that's been on my bucket list that we got at Bricks and Minifigs is K2SO.
I love this guy.
Really good droid.
He is so cool.
I wanted him for a long time.
So Caleb's haul was pretty cool too. Oh wait, you had something else.
What is I picked up the Dodge Demon, SRT, all that good stuff. Hellcat. Doesn't go good by the Nativity.
Yeah, the Hellcat in front of the Nativity is kind of an oxymoron. Kind of odd. Caleb picked up the Speed Champion Hellcat. We never picked it up when it was actually new on shelves. And we have a lot of Speed Champion. Maybe one day we'll do a video of all of our Speed Champion.
We should.
But he picked up a Speed Champion again. He haggled and got this down to the lowest he could get it for and added another vehicle to the collection. And we're going to trump it with Jesus.
Yeah, woo!
So that was our snags from Brickfest, Brick Universe. There's so many names of these brick things that I can't keep up with them. Brick Universe. It was super cool in Lebanon, Tennessee. Some of the mocks were ridiculous.
I know.
What some of the people built were absolutely nuts.
That Viking one with all the different references and stuff was
so cool. So cool. We spent a little bit of money. We didn't get any big sets this time. That's because we're tapped out. Like,
no, we're not.
We have spent so much on Lego that we had to hit pause. We came home with some stuff, but this is what we picked up. So thanks for hanging out with us again. We know there's a lot of ways you can spend your time. If you made it to this point in the video, we applaud you. Good job. Thank you. Go ahead and hit subscribe. If you made it this far, it means you can tolerate this nonsense and you might as well watch us again.
And also, if you skipped to this point, it does not count.
It does too count. If you're watching what we're saying now, hit subscribe. Because we're grateful for you for even watching a little bit. And we hope that you go out there and give more, do more, share more, and love more. And whatever you do, remember to always show your smile.
'Cause it's contagious.
If you never got what we do there, see when we say, it's contagious, I'm sad. And then he's smiling. And I smile because I catch it.
What if we have a problem where I'm sad, and you're sad?
Then we need you guys to help us smile.
Yeah!
That's what we need. Share your smile. It's contagious.